So I'm excited to see whether or not that's going to be the case here, but coming into the bans, it's looking to be, the supports, Diggy is going to get banned out very, very easily, which kind of tells me that, RRQ are looking for something, really, really, in terms of like CC, they want to be able to lock down Evos Legends.
Yeah, I'm already looking at what is really going on in the heads of these coaches, because that Diggy being banned out, of course, is trying to negate the weight of the dragon to be mitigated at all. So no Kufra means that there's lack of that sort of crowd control, which means this is going to be very fair play. Once again, I'm going to remind you guys, Natalia is open, but I don't think Evos really wants it. But if it does fall on the hands of RQ Hoshi, I do think that they do have a little bit of that sort of open space to actually cut through, to look for the carry and assassinate her.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be locking in the Nana for Evos Legends here. It looks like they're going back to the roots. It's time to play the hyper carry one last time. They can't afford to make these mistakes this time around. It looks like RRQ might be sticking to their guns with the Aurora pick overall. Yes, you don't have the option of Valir, so as a substitute, they're looking to play the Aurora, and on top of that, they want to have some even more disengage and re-engage potential with the Glorious Pathway coming in for the high loss. I absolutely love this, other than the fact that, Cho is going to have to put a lot of work into this game because Uranus is going to go into the offlane most likely.
And not only that, this whole composition that RQ is drafting is an anti-Natalia. So, out of the question, Evos now needs to look for something else. So, you've already got carry. You still need someone that can actually sustain. Somebody who can still hit back. Luminaire choose to opt for that Cecilia that's left on the table, which is actually pretty decent.
Yeah, and I think, actually, you know what? I think both teams, RRQ and Evos, they kind of instead of mirroring each other, they kind of deviated towards the end there. And RRQ has some great re-engage and engage potential. However, Aurora has strong AoE, but her cooldowns might be an issue. The moment the ultimate is down and she's used all of her abilities, she's going to have to wait a while before she gets the passive back up again. And that's going to be a very critical point. And if Evos can play around that, I think they've got a very good chance at winning there. That Revitalize will buy some time, and that hopefully that time bot is going to buffer Aurora to get her passive back up.
Yeah, and I'm thinking exactly the same thing, but of course, that's a little bit of an advantage for the side of RQ. You're talking about the engage and re-engage potential, but Evos aside, so far, what should be the impact of the Nana coming in towards, this sort of draft that they have? Like, who are they trying to actually disrupt from the flow of RQ?
I think, with Nana, her ultimate is going to be the most important thing at the end of the day. Like, Polymorph sure is good, yeah, yada, 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 but as long as Hylos is right in front, he needs to pop down his Ring of Punishment before his Ring of Judgment as quickly as possible, because, even though you are in that Polymorph state, you still will be able to kind of, tank some of that damage, pump out damage without really having to auto-attack.
Yeah, and now, of course, GAME3 has already commenced, and every single one of all these players are actually on their toes. They don't want to commit any early mistakes, and this will definitely be very costly, as we see Bajan already starting that camp is already being taken by RQ. They don't even want to try meddle with that. So they give that free pass, but one's going to be looking to do exactly the same on the opposing side.
Just look at the battle spills already. You can see that a lot of Purifies have been brought out from the side of Evos Legends. They're not going to make the same mistake. If multiple people get locked down because of that Aurora, at least they have, some form of counterplay.
Yeah, I think that's definitely vital to make sure that is being reserved for Aurora. So a lot of spells will be wasted instead. But RQ making sure that buff stays retained over on towards that section. But Sin is just getting this a little bit resetted.
Yeah, and Luminaire, he's using that Nana, that Smooch is going to quickly put him down. LJ, Luminaire might be in a little bit of trouble here, but luckily Vin will secure the kill after they try. R7, come on, one more auto tech is just what they needed, and the red buff has been lost by Sin Bajan. He's got to back away. Unfortunately, Evos' over-aggression, that was really, really sloppy overall. They should have known that they didn't have priority over the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, they shouldn't even try at all. I mean, most of the members are not even ready to actually go in for any sort of a commitment inside the jungle. But oh my, this is going to be a 2 in a row for us out of RRQ Hoshi, as they will be picking off one.
Yeah, and RRQ, they have a composition that really plays around that level 4, and they have some very powerful ultimates as well. Evos Legends on the other side, we'll need to buy a little bit more time for their carries to come online, but Juan dying out like that is going to give RRQ a little bit of a lead, and especially for Sin to farm up a little faster. But, apparently, let me have a quick read of the fun fact.
Wow, the fun fact says that Luminary has the most assists and followed by Vin with only a 0.1 score throughout the entirety of the MPL Indonesia that we are actually witnessing right now. Rek trying to actually defend this one, but the rest of Evos are actually coming right through. Oh,
this is good.
Great catch.
This is so good. The ultimate is already down, but the Aurora, they get the initial catch. Honestly, I think they might have been able to get a little bit more. However, they don't have enough CC to make that happen. Jawhead ends up surviving that particular fight, and if they take the lethal Wanderer, there is an opportunity. Oh no, R7 actually waits for Rek and actually catches him up. A Rek just before the third hit, knocks him away, but Rek is still gonna go down as R7 uses his flicker. Really, really good duel coming in for both of these offlaners. Well played to R7.
Yeah, we can see R7 just got his roundhouse kick on the behind of Rek right there. But now, of course, Evos Legends are getting a little bit off as well, but here comes Rexy just doing what he can to escape for now. So I'm just looking at how Evos is just going to be losing this heart eventually, but Lemon is keeping so much pressure over on towards the bottom side, which right now we're looking at that first turtle most likely falling in the hands of RQ Hoshi.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so we can see that the Inbajan already got chunked out pretty hard, but the team didn't really want to go in there, which to me is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. Sicilian was, unfortunately having to clear the way because he didn't have priority here, but there was no real way for RQ to kind of run away, and this kind of allows Sicilian to rotate around and cut off those exits.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's really important that they actually do that to cut it off, but John is just making sure that this gate remains to be closed. While over the top side, we still have R7 free farming right now. So that definitely is out of the picture. But look at the catch over onto the side of LG as he will still be able to walk away.
Oh, this is big. This is so big. Rexy actually gets a 2-man stun here as he pops his ultimate. He needs to try and clean this up. Nana survives and one gets chucked out. But again, everybody walks away. Oh, Evos, that was so close.
It was definitely really close, and even RQ Hoshi almost punished Luminate right there. So both of them actually walk out of that into safety, and now calling in for that reset. 2,000 gold difference in favor of RQ Hoshi after destroying the bottom side turret.
Yeah, and so far, I think RRQ and Evos are playing a very, very standard line of play. It's 3-2 right now. It's still pretty close. There isn't much of a goal lead, but as of yet, we're yet to see, Rek make the big, big play. R7 has kept him oppressed for a very long period of time.
Yeah, and how long do you really want to be in that sort of state? Of course. Luminate!
Is Luminate going to go down? Yes, he finally dies as Lemon comes in and takes him out. Vin is just getting pick after pick after pick.
Yeah, of course, they know that the passive is off, so Aurora could easily go in for the catch. So Sin's going to get one more turret over the top side, and Evos seems like they are slowly losing the plot.
We're just going to have to wait and see whether this is going to be enough. I feel like Evos is looking to play for the late game here. Like, they're not making super proactive plays, and they're willing to give up things if they have to, but at the end of the day, if Carrie comes up online, she will be able to start chunking out, the frontliners of RRQ, and we know that Aurora doesn't scale the very best. not as good as some of the other, major support picks of the game.
Yeah, I definitely would agree on that sort of stance. And judging this situation, they're actually losing a lot of resources. 2 turtles in a row for RQ Hoshi, and of course the Evos Legends just have to farm from within their safety nets. But Evos trying to set up shop over on the bush, but LJ might actually know what is coming, so he's going to be able to actually soak a couple of goals coming in from them in there.
Yeah, the Death Sonata is popped out. It doesn't hit anybody. It looks like Evos is trying to bait out as many ultimates as they can. Blade of Despair just got purchased by the side of Cho. He's going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and speaking of damage, it's going to be Ragnar getting bursted down. Like I said, return to the favor of Vin, and that flame shot almost connects as Vin survives out of that.
Oh, that was so close. Both teams had the right idea that, Rek was trying to make the best out of the situation. He knew he was going to die, so he put as much damage as possible into the... Oh, no, Rex, he's in a lot of trouble. He quickly pops the ultimate. He has to run backwards. He doesn't want to get hit by the Law and Order coming in from LJ, but at least with the Revitalize, it buys them a lot more time. Death's not coming out, but John is there to block the final one, which was the most important.
Of course, the Rondo being popped up as well. Now RQ is forcing their way to crack open the mid lane. His Vash actually fine, but John, so RRQ slowly 1 kill after another, stacking it all, stealing that campus wall. They're looking for the rip up. But can LG actually do it? No, it will still be in the hands of Evos, but they really need to let go. Not only 1 tower, but 2 at the same time. RRQ bouncing back.
They're doing a phenomenal job right now. Like, they are playing so well. They're keeping control over Evos, and Evos just has to let it through. Like, there's nothing they can do when it happens. So, okay, 4K behind, it just means that I have to win 1 team fight. That's all I need to tip the scales.
But the problem is, there's so many layers that they have to peel through to even get to RQ's main composition. Of course, the core right now, out of all that, they really need to make sure that Finn stays dead. And the rest, it's like, they really got to make sure that Tao, right now, 4-0, and Finn is just pulling the heck out of Rat.
And see, this is what Evos Legends should have been doing in the previous game. Oh, wait, R7 might be in trouble. Can they get 1 more? No, they couldn't. And now the rest of the team, Juan is in trouble. He's trying to break free as LJ starts running right into his face. But luckily, Evos managed to secure that mid-tier 1. This is going to open up the map a little bit more if they decide to chase RRQ down the mid lane. But at the end of the day, Evos only lost Rec for mid-tier 1. So that's honestly not the worst trade-off in the world.
Yeah, definitely not the worst trade-off. Now we're looking at a 5,000 gold difference only for Eva. So, like you said, 1 good fight is all it takes to actually switch it around. And now that they do have a little bit of more area to work with, but John can just walk away alive. So, the good news is that Evos still has this mid lane turret. Like, RQ is trying so hard to actually crash this one down.
Yeah, and the main problem right now is that RRQ isn't able to compete with the wave. Oh no, Juan might be in some trouble here. He doesn't get locked down just yet, but he is wary that Vin is nearby, so he's kind of keeping his distance, even though he wants to commit on Lemon. Overall, the problem that RRQ is facing right now is that they can't seem to break this mid-tier 1, and Evos is trying to hold on to it for as long as possible because they have some great wave clearing options with Rexy here. Sin cutting the wave. What can they do? Are they going to commit to this?
Now, a lot of all these members of RQ are setting up shop inside of the jungle. They will be able to still regain their buff, but Lemon is just split pushing down below, and over on the mid side, this is where things get a lot more interesting. They open things up. Vin tries to burst them off, but John gets taken instantaneously, and my goodness, that was swift.
Yeah, RRQ is just playing the map a little too well there off of a very small lead that Evos Legends handed to them. Oh, but Rek, can they actually secure the kill onto Lemon? The smart missiles come out, but luckily Juan is there, and finally the passive procs, they secure 1 kill. It's going to be 8-3 right now, but boy, does Evos have a hill to climb.
Yeah, this is just getting so rough. And Aurora, twice in a row, this is going to give so much of that confidence over on the hands of RQ Hoshi. And we're now looking at Sin really taking down this Lord. All the entry points have been choked up, and Evos now are actually rocking it towards the trap.
Oh no, Luminaire doesn't have his ultimate anymore, but this time they actually secure the kill onto Vin. This might be an opportunity, but it looks like Evos, they're happy with just picking off a kill. They got Lord, kind of whatever at this point, so now they need to clear the waves as quickly as possible here, especially the Lord empowered minions.
Yeah, now of course they so far got a couple of kills on their backs, and for the side of RRQ, I'm still looking at Cho. All they have to do, Evos, is to stall, because late game Cho, how bursty you are, eventually you will be rendered ineffective. So all they need is just those items and those levels up.
Yeah, they're just biding their time. Let's look at the replay here one more time. What exactly happened at Lord? Because as you can see, LJ just wanted to like kind of hold them back as long as possible so that they couldn't actually pick up the Lord or try to steal it, because that would be such a huge swing into Evos' favor. They buy themselves 5 full minutes if they stole the Lord.
Yeah, I felt like it's a little bit of miscommunication that was going on. Top side, we're seeing a little bit of commotion there over the side of R7 as he's getting chased away, but it's really hard to actually take down this Cho. Necklace of Ruins being bought there by Luminaire. But yeah, what I was saying in the previous fight is that they were actually casting over on that Aurora because she misstepped into its enemy territory lines without the rest of RQ moving in first.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, this first Lord is just really, really weak. Evos easily just wiped it off the face of the earth, and they even cleared out the Lord empowered minion stop of everything else. So they didn't really lose too much in this situation, as RRQ will be getting close to that 42k mark, which means that their carries, like Sin, should be hitting all their core items. Evos on the other side, not too far behind. Surprisingly, not too far behind. Oh man, Nana.
Too close. I mean, they did what they can, and now it's going to be Bajan actually pressing towards the side of Sin. Well, there's another over the top side as RRQ did just get one. They might actually get two, but Bajan still managed to actually escape. But here comes Leonardo. He gets popped up, and it's Sin. It will be a double kill in the hands of Juan.
Holy, that's what they needed for the side of Evos. However, they did lose that top side here. Rexy is forced to pull backwards as their top side completely destroyed. R7 is continuing to push, and Juan has to kind of outplay this. He's got to be careful. Vin gets the initial lock, but the Purify comes through. He's trying to jump away. Juan doesn't care as he's unstoppable now. And now this might be the turning point for Evos. They're getting very close. They've narrowed down the gold lead just a little bit. However, they did lose an inhibitor turret on the top side of the map.
That's right. He's going in this one-man show category, and Juan's going to be opening up the mid lane. So this is going to be payback time. Oh my, can he actually? Lemon coming in and the back as well, but Juan has already got that position, and that will be Glorious Pathway being popped up there, coming in from the side of LJ to clear off that way.
Ooh, that was close. RRQ nearly lost an inhibitor turret off of a simple mistake there over onto the enemy side, Evos' jungle. So at least they managed to salvage the situation. Evos now hitting the 41k mark, 42, 1k away. No problem whatsoever. This game is going to even itself out eventually.
Yeah, and now we're looking at the late game already. They might just actually re-engage. Sin actually brought down to 50% or 45, if I must say. 34 seconds on the clock for that Lord to come back up online. And this time, this Lord definitely will matter. And Immortality has already been purchased by the side of Rex. So he doesn't really have to worry all too much from now.
Can you imagine if Evos gets backdoored? The sweet irony of the situation if they do, especially if they get backdoored by R7 on Joe.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not going to be a good sign for them, but that will be LJ. Oh no, they might just actually catch over to Bajan, but enough coverage coming in from the Sicilian to actually open that area up for Bajan to escape.
What you doing there? Rex is going to be going down, but Luminaire is there to disengage that entire fight. He does lose the immortality. However, that inhibitor is still up, which is the most important part.
Oh, here comes LJ though. He's getting shredded out.
Oh no,
but Juan will be able to actually purify that one out.
How's he alive?
And it will be the killing spree coming in for the Sicilian. And what a turnaround of events. But RRQ, they are losing the contest for that Lord right here.
Okay, they need to clear the waves as quickly as possible and send one person to actually deal with Lord slowly before they converge. Look at Vin right now. He's got his passive up. He probably has his ultimate too. This is going to be so big if he can hit on all the targets. There's the ultimate. It's going to lock onto one. He nearly gets one shot. And yes, he does. He goes down. They're looking to take the fight right here. R7 gets on top of Illuminate here. Rexy is in trouble. He dies as he gets hit by the final hit. Rexy is getting pushed back. Sicilian is the next to fall. Lemon secures the kill. R7, what team as the Way of the Dragon forces Breck into a corner. R7, Lemon, and Vin, these guys have just saved Lord and are looking to end this game.
The life of Evos is hanging on a trend. They need to clear off this wave. 3 towers for the Kings, and they are opening every doors. The ticket to the grand finals of FPL Indonesia. But John will not see the daylight anymore. The glorious pathway as the sign of victory. And now it's all down to 1 and nothing at all. RRQ Hoshi will rewrite history and book their ticket to the grand finals.
They've finally done it. They've broken it after losing so many times to Evos. They've had enough.
And we are seeing RRQ Hoshi now flexing it back and just showing off that the Kings have arrived.
Oh boy, risk.